Hey! Hello, 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 gorgeous. It's Abiola from sacredbombshell.com, and I have missed you so much. This is a Spiritpreneur lesson on what to do, how to make a comeback after you fall off. I have a client who came to me and we worked together a few years ago, many years ago in a different capacity. And now she's hired me as her coach. I am a spiritual life coach, spiritual blissness coach. And she hired me as her coach because she felt like she has totally fallen off and she is trying to make a comeback, not only in her career, but in her life. For her, she had a baby, she got married, she got divorced, and before she exited her career when she was getting married, she kind of gave an FU to everybody in her industry and left in a blaze of glory. And it's a very small industry she happens to work in. And now she needs to come back and she wanted to know how to make a comeback. So I feel like this is a really, really relevant topic, not only for her, but for me and maybe for you. It's not only, you don't have to have her situation. You could be trying to make a comeback in your life that maybe you fell off the wagon, you regained the weight, you took back the man, you started the codependency again, you started the drinking or the drugging or the gambling or the shopping or the debt or whatever it is, and now you need to make a comeback. You could have exited the scene because you were a caretaker for a parent or a child or whatever, and now you need to make a comeback. You could want to make a comeback in your career, the same as this person that she has been raising a baby. So, you could have had kids, or grandkids or whatever, and now you're trying to make a comeback. So let's talk about coming back after you fall off, not only in your business, but just in your life. And I'm hesitant to use the word and the term fall off. I keep saying fall off because that's the word that she used, and a lot of people can relate to that. There is a feeling of like, dang, she fell off. What happened to her? She fell off. She disappeared or whatever. But it's not falling off. It's about a transition. And at any point in our lives that most of us will be in transition. Some feel more positive, some may feel less positive, but there are transitions. And if you live long enough, things are going to change. Hopefully, that's what life is about, right? And it's not what happens to us, it's what we do with what happens to us. So, as an example, I'll use myself as the example. Like I said, I haven't seen you in many months. Well, not true. If you are a Facebook friend or an Instagram friend or a Twitter friend, follow me on Instagram at Abiola TV, then you have seen me all the time. But my YouTube fam, you have not seen me in a long time. And it's because I needed to take time for myself to deal with a number of different things that somebody could term as, oh, what happened? She fell off. Just like my client and it's been the reason I'm able to talk about all of this now without honestly dissolving into puddles of tears is because I had to take that time for myself. But quite frankly, to be straight up honest with you, 2016 tried to kick my butt. Yes, this year literally tried to kill me. This year tried its best to give me its worst, but I'm still standing. I'm still a sacred bombshell, spiritpreneur, child of the Most High, glowing, shining, and doing my thing. In no short order, that in the past year that I got engaged, yay! I had a miscarriage, not yay. I then had to make a decision to no longer be engaged and to end my relationship, not a yay. I then was diagnosed with uterine fibroids, which most of you are familiar with, but if you're not, it's non-cancerous tumors. Extreme uterine fibroids. I don't talk about the number of fibroids and the locations and that kind of thing, because I don't want to give it power. And that's just my choice as a part of the mental healing aspect of my treatment. But yeah, very, very extreme fibroids. And I then, oh, and anemia came as a gift along with the fibroids, gift wrapped in strange wrapping paper, very extreme anemia. And because of both of those, then I was, of course, laid up for a while, with anything from periods that lasted like 4 weeks, to, I don't want to get graphic, but graphic stuff, extreme pain, cramps like you wouldn't believe. Well, most of you would believe. Yeah, just not good. And then the doctor put me on steroids, and I gained 20 pounds in 3 weeks, which of course then threw my whole body and my whole everything out of whack. So crazy stuff. And like I said, that enough time has passed that now I'm able to talk about it where, you know, I'm on the other side of it with a lot of it, with the fibroids. And this is a whole different video. All of this is a different video dealing with most of these things. It's different. These would be several different videos. But yeah, I'm not going to go into it now because it'll be a whole thing. But I say all of that to say that, you know, I had to take time away from a lot of things in my life and regroup, and now be able to come back and have this conversation with you from a place of somewhat sanity. So how do you make a comeback when things go awry? Or even if they're not awry and you just stepped away? The first thing is to realize that if things have gone awry, you take responsibility for what you're able to take responsibility for, and the rest realize that it is not your fault, that this is life, and this is what happens in life. That, you know, there's a book named No One Ever Promised You a Rose Garden. Stuff gets real, you know, and that's life, and that's just what it is. And like I said, it's about how we deal with it. And so number one is to get yourself some support. You know, once you realize, okay, I have this that I'm dealing with or whatever it is, and now I want to come back and get back to me and get back to my life, get yourself some form of support. That, you know, for me, although I am a coach, and maybe because I'm a coach, that I know that the first thing that I need to do is be able to get and enlist some support. So right now I'm working with Kathleen, who is a breathwork coach, who is amazing. And in fact, I'm going to put her contact information below this so that you can find out about her. Actually, she's so awesome that I wrote about her recently for my Essence column. I'll put a link to that below as well. But being able to have, you know, the breathwork / therapy sessions with her has been extremely healing for me, extremely healing. And if for you it's not breath work, if that's not what you're into, then go see a therapist. You could go see a spiritual counselor at your church, or you can see a coach, me or someone like me, who can deal with whatever it is specifically that you are going through. But don't try to go it alone. Really, really don't. You are a human being, and you deserve all of the support that you can get to deal with the things that happen in life. We can only see but so much, right? We have blinders in our own lives. And what a coach can do, or a counselor, or a therapist, is be able to hold your hand through some of the path and be a guiding force and a guiding light to you. And we need that. There's no shame in needing that. There's no shame in stumbling. There's no shame in taking a step back. There's no shame in saying, oh, wait, we were on this path, but I'm seeing some things that are not going, and I need to heal up, bring it back, come rewind. You need to reverse sometimes, you know, reverse. And there's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, there is everything right with that. Okay, the next thing that you can do, should do, to be able to heal and get back to your life is make self-care time. Self-care time is so, so, so important. We spoke about breath work. If you're not somebody who can just sit and just, meditate quietly to yourself, now I'm getting better at it and I'm able to, but for a long time I couldn't, because my brain honestly thinks about 20 different things. And so that's why I started doing guided meditation and guided visualization. And that led me to record as tools for you. I have 2 guided meditation albums that I've recorded, and you can find those at shop.sacredbombshell.com, shop.sacredbombshell.com. But if not my albums, I'll also put a link to those. But if not my albums, then maybe someone else's. EFT, emotional freedom technique. I have a lot of those videos free on my YouTube channel. It's EFT tapping. Let that be a part of your self-care routine. And just really, just honestly, just baby yourself. Take the time that you need. If it's a situation where, like, the client that I have, that she's getting a divorce, and so she doesn't have mental time to sit back and be like, oh my goodness, she's got to jump out there and take care of her baby now because of the way that it all went down. And so she still has to make time to care for herself so that she can be able to care for her baby, so that she doesn't fall apart, so that she is able to be sane and live her life and be healthy going forward. Okay, so that's really important. The next thing is find allies. Have people around you, who, if maybe you join a support group, or maybe you join a meetup group. Maybe, you call back your friends who, with this particular client who kind of gave a big FU to everybody, some of those relationships were salvageable. We're all human. That, maybe there are friends who are true friends who you, because of circumstances, had to kind of move away from each other. But find allies, find people who have either experienced what you've experienced, or people in your life who could either just be a shoulder to cry on, or just a person to be like, yeah, do it, get back out there, be a cheerleader to you. Find people who are on your side. That is really, really imperative. One of the really interesting things that happened after I was diagnosed with the fibroids is that everybody came on out the closet and said, hey, girl, me too. I have fibroids. I found out like practically every other person I know has fibroids, from people like my mother to aunts, cousins, people, that I did not know. The doctor's asking me like, this must run in your family. I'm like, no, it doesn't. And, come to find out, yeah, it does, in a huge way. And so we need to remove the stigmas about talking about the things that we go through as women, that we have, so many stigmas and things that we don't talk about. We don't want to talk about, the invisible illnesses. We don't want to talk about things related to our menstrual cycle. We don't want to say things that are supposed to be unpleasant. But you know what? Some things in life are unpleasant. And it's a fact. And there's no shame in that, in being like, this is happening to me. Take a breath. That is very, very healing. Very healing. Okay, so let's see. The other thing that you want to do is routine. Build a routine into your life, because the hecticness of getting back to something that you may have walked away from, or just getting back into your life, or getting back to yourself, can, be jarring in and of itself. So routine is great. I've started, a very strict morning routine of, my running and my this and my that, and whatever it is that works for you. Have a routine. Build a morning routine, build an evening routine, build in, because there's so much of life that's unpredictable, that the things that we can kind of put into being able to know that, okay, when I wake up the first hour of my day, here's what I do. I do my gratitude, I go for my workout, then I do, I have my tea or my protein shake or a juice or whatever it is. Have those things, set out, so that you are setting yourself up to win on a daily basis. And laugh. Where's my phone? Oh, that is funny. Talk about things to laugh at. Look at that. My phone just like did an audio recording. Oh, that's my screensaver. But it didn't. It did like my my Google search, or either Google search or Siri kind of recorded everything that I just said. Interesting. Hope you feel what I'm saying, Siri. And I want you to also feel your feelings. So often we try to just brush things under the rug and just be like, you know, this happened and keep on trucking. But these things are painful, you know, and there is nothing shameful about feeling your pain, about crying your tears, about screaming, about yelling, about being like, oh my gosh, you know, I can't believe, you know, in the case, for example, of my client, she's starting again with a child. And, you know, screaming, yelling, crying about that, there is no shame in that. Feel your feelings. That's why I had to take time away, because I had to just feel my feelings. I had to go inward. Some people are able to process on the go. That's challenging for me. You have to just know what works for you. That's challenging for me. So I needed to just retreat and be able to come back. And also know that there's no specific timeline, because it took somebody else 6 months to get to start to feel human again after losing a parent or a miscarriage or a diagnosis or whatever. It doesn't mean that should be for you. It may take you six weeks, 6 months, 6 years, 6 days, six whatever. It's you. It's your own journey. So be real to you and be real to honor your feelings, honor your pain, honor your journey, and honor your triumph. Honor your comeback. You know, don't call it a comeback. You've been here for years. Or allow me to reintroduce myself. Get yourself a theme song too. Add that to the list. All right, so this video has gone on way too long. I am going to be posting weekly videos on my YouTube channel, which you can still find at youtube.com/planetAbiola. But we're all about manifest your power. That is what I'm calling my YouTube series this season, Manifest Your Power. And new videos will be up every Tuesday, and possibly Thursday, because my Spiritpreneur School podcast is still going on, but I just moved it from video to audio, so it's on iTunes. You can subscribe on iTunes. It's still been going on, but I just needed to move it from video to audio for a while because of my sanity, because I needed to batch record things on one day, and I can't do that with live video interviews. So a lot of you have been asking, where's Spiritpreneur School? It's still there, my sweetness. Go to sacredbombshell.com, go to iTunes, tinyurl.com/Abiola on iTunes, or just Google it. I'll put the link below, or Stitcher Radio, SoundCloud at Abiola TV. It's there, and we have some really, really good stuff that I don't want you to miss. All right, my loves, let's take a deep breath. That was a great conversation. And let it out. Another deep breath. Let it out with sound. Namaste, my darling. Yeah. You put energy in my new weave. If no one has told you today, I love you. Dream bigger and love yourself. Bye.